Microphone check, 1, 2. What is this? Good morning, everyone. No devotional today. I thought we'd just have a talk as friends, suburban friends. You know how you guys like to do that. I wanted to do something that didn't require headphones because, my hair's growing out a little bit. And, you know, as often as you might have seen me in hats, I never really liked wearing them. Um, I always had to kind of preserve my racial ambiguity for the comfort of others because I recognize that with every box comes advantages and disadvantages. And I learned very, very early that I was not allowed to have any advantages. So um, I recognized that on each plantation, every overseer and master have their own unique preferences. So you have to learn how to uh, contort yourself to match the plantation style of whatever Big Daddy you serve at the time. Um, but now, since I've bought my freedom, I don't feel like it's necessary to um, play those roles anymore. So, rest in peace to all those who jumped off the ships to avoid bondage, but some of us were called to a different purpose. Also, we only get one hair texture in this life, and so there's no reason to be ashamed of it. And so, as much as I want to start a mega church and use my ambiguous racial appearance to cater to the largest possible tithe audience, Stephen Furtick. That's not what I believe God called pastors to do. Um, but I did get the fornicator part down. So Vivek, I'm like Martin Luther King. Um, what else? The I had when you layer longer hair, it kind of drops in levels. So if you get braids, it gets really prickly at the end, which means you have to use a lot more jam and stuff, and and then it's like real prickly at the end too. You know what I mean? R. Kelly had extensions, so that's why it was like nice and clean and stuff like that for the music video. So, like I said, I'm fine with 80%, but because the wealth gap in America is so vast, because of theft, black people have to be extremely precise with their uh, cookout VIP invitations. So, you know, people know when you're trespassing, and if they're kind enough to, give you a pass, you shouldn't disrespect that sort of thing. So if you live in Evanston and work in Evanston and work in Chicago, go back home to Evanston and be happy about that. Shop locally with independent businesses and be comfortable with that level of contribution. If you wanted to be city people so bad, you would have stayed there. But the first opportunity you had to show that you're a little different than Mississippi people, you came out further and further and further. When that land was always available, and you people were always getting the farm grants and education. Lazy. Who's lazy? Fucking dipshits. And are you contributing some brand new kind of technology or literacy or spirituality that nobody's ever seen before? Are you doing anything special with that ironing board body you have? Fucking skin cancer patient. What else? Um, Black people, if you want African American vernacular English to be taken seriously, you have to take group economics seriously. You want me to always pay the cover charge to get in the club, don't you? If you want life to be about more than the barter system, you have to have some way for that culture to be commoditized. And don't sit and tell me I haven't fought for the equity part of it. Founderlink is available if you want to use it. If you want to, I'll sell it to somebody. But keyword sell. Reparation platform too. The distribution platform too. I don't give a fuck. Ray Daniels, fucking cultural powerhouse. And I know, Ian, you're over there starting trouble. And Alchemist and Static Selecta, just because you were able to buy some fancy machine, you're skating on thin ice, buddy. Um, uh, Athleticism is about more than just formulas. If you don't appreciate the Spirit of God, you're never going to appreciate Allen Iverson. Just because Michael Jordan said a few things that Dean Smith said, that doesn't make him the best. But that's why you like dogs, isn't it? Because they don't have opinions of their own. They can't speak up when they're being beaten or stolen from. We'll get to the bottom of your bullshit. If it would just die with you, it'd be fine. But unfortunately, your cancer metastasizes. You can tell a lot about a culture by its women. Testosterone can mask a lot of flaws, which is why steroids is so prevalent in sports. You think LeBron's tomahawk dunk is art, but it's not. It's a long jump. Inventing new statistics does not invent impact, Jerry Rice. You are no Randy Moss. But there will always be a chicken commercial waiting for you. Black people, just because white people got through this world via nepotism and mediocrity, that doesn't mean you are supposed to. You can look the other way once in a while, but it can't be your norm. And as educated as you say black women are, why are all our cities run like dog shit, Tiffany Henyard? I was excited to work for MWRD because the head of it was a black woman. But, as usual, but I bet your wig collection is on point, huh? Standing nail appointments. And you'd be the first one that complains about flash mobs. Can't even appreciate beauty anymore because it's transgender. And you want me to normalize my own body chemistry to accommodate your abomination. A chick with a dick. We used to call things what they were in this country. Grown men pretending to menstruate to avoid usefulness. And let's say you are a woman. What nurturing are you doing to our children except for preparing them sexually for exploitation? Why do children need to be read stories in drag? Why can't you be a drag queen at night and read stories to children during the day? Why does it require pounds of Sephora ordered like it's the Jewel Osco Deli? Or Fenty? Rihanna, you need to be held liable as well. Black women love a fucking faggot because it makes them feel better about their own betrayal to their father. If someone can't pay all your bills like a plantation owner, they're not worth your even second look, right? But go to Dubai and get urinated and defecated on. Birkin is worth it. And I have to believe all women. But if I cry or admit fear, I'm gay. Without the love and admiration and respect of actual faggots. Just like Indians being dark-skinned with no sexual viability, right? Hot Cheetos and Takis. Hot Cheetos and Takis. Do you ever think how unsafe you would be if I didn't have a relationship with God? You ever think about what my father could have done? Dr. Tony Evans said if you're ever forced to choose between two sins and you have no other option, choose the lesser of two sins. That's why you see all this back and forth being described publicly. And that's why we submit to it. That is the beauty of patriarchy. Tim Tebow. This is a country of fraudulence. And it's wrapping up, which is why I don't mind revealing a few things. But rest assured, this is a suicide. A man does not need to speak on these matters. So I accept my non binary status. I was given the safest on ramp into priesthood and monk status. And this is the frustration with limited information. Can you imagine if I was told the truth? There was no woman on earth like my mother. There was no one more worthy of leadership. But it was her genuine leadership calling that taught her submission. Gentlemen, you can make a woman have an orgasm simply by laying down. You're the one that put Baby Boy on 24 hours a day. You need threesomes and orgies because of self hatred. It's the same Jewish concept of 400-meter repeats. It's because you don't know any better. You literally don't know what you're doing. So you find one thing that you did not work for and you run it into the ground, which is why you're burnt out now. And now, taking this information, you're going to be a sore loser and make everyone else's life fucking miserable, like the fat white women you complain so much about in every HR department. Congratulations. You blonde wigged yourself into exactly who you wanted to be. Fucking clowns. Donkey show whores. And I haven't even gotten to the Jews yet. This is why God is silent. Speaking to us would condescend him on an unfathomable level. Evolution. This place. I'm glad it's over. Certainly a worthy cause, but a completely unnecessary process. If everyone did their fucking job. Indians know how much it takes to live. I'm no slave. And a man can do externally emasculating things without compromising his internal character. And today I remind you that the Lord knows your heart. Be honest about your regrets. see through the false confidence of social media. Also recognize, fathers, that children can't teleport. They must walk from point A to point B. Women are like white people. Don't appeal to their conscience. The only language they understand is force and leverage. And just like homosexuality, the Lord knows your heart. So be very careful when you talk to me.